This conference will now be recorded.
Hello? 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 My thing working? So, can you hear me? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. The
No problem.
proverbial mute. So, okay.
Oh,
Can you see my screen okay?
I can.
Okay. I'm recording this. So this is the LightWave server. So
Right.
we have different APIs. And
Yep.
so this is something I learned, and sometimes I get tripped over myself. So I want to walk through this. So when you go to an API, what you can
Yep.
do is you can export the Swagger for this service. So what
Right.
that does, it will make this API service available to test from the outside. So if I download this here, the Swagger, so I'll call this the logon demo test Swagger, test API Swagger. So save that. And if I look at it, it will show the endpoint, the base path is equal to this here, because that's how this service will look to the outside world. So if I take the Swagger
Whoa,
and I
whoa,
go
whoa. Wait,
to
whoa. Why?
SOAPUI,
Why? Why?
I'm just
Nothing
explaining
we,
if I want to.
I don't understand that. Nothing we set up gives it those funny numbers and stuff. So where is it creating that environment?
Okay, sure. Okay, so within the LightWave server environment, there's something called a test service that's always there.
I saw that.
So
I
this
saw
test
that.
service is what we allow us to test. That's what allow us to test the API. So when we go to API here, when we go click on any one of these things. And when we do this, this is actually going through the API test service.
Oh.
So that's how that's how that happens. When we click on this,
Oh,
so
okay,
that's the
okay.
API service at work. So actually go that, right? So if we want to say, well, we just tested it. Now we want to test from the outside. How do we do that? So we export this, and that from the SOAPUI, let me close everything and start from the beginning. So I can basically say, I'm going to do empty project, which is 4 here, and then right click, and I can import a Swagger, and then I'll import the Swagger. So I have this test API one, so I do that. And then when I click on a test, and that's the API here. So if I just go ahead and send this, and you can see that it actually go to API and all that.
Okay.
So
you didn't send it. You didn't fill in what you needed to, so that's why you
right,
got that error.
Exactly. Right. So if I want to do this correctly, so what I would do is I would go back to LightWave Server. I would cheat by coming here, and I would do this, copy.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, that's what I did.
Right. And then I come here, and then put in 101, TIC, password, and then send this. What? Oh,
about 101.
Help. Yes. And it works.
Yeah.
So that's how it happens. So then, and it's a couple of times I made a mistake when I was trying to do something else. Meaning the fact is, in this case, we have a service. So it said we want to export the service outside. Well, we do not want to go through this API. So how do we do this? So I said, well, like,
what do you mean you don't want to go through the API? What do you mean you don't want to go through the API?
If I want to make this service available to the outside world without going through this test service.
Oh, right.
Right. So I said I do not see where to export the Swagger because I keep on forgetting. The way to do this is this thing here. And this is when you can download the Swagger now for this exposed service. So if I download this one now, and I'll say this is, I'll call this a service now.
Right.
Save that. So now I'll come back to, I'll close. Now I'm going to import, do another project. And this time, this is project 5. Import Swagger. And this is correct.
Yep. You need to put some values in there. Oh.
Right. Okay. So the bottom line is that I keep on forgetting the fact that when you want to take a service and expose the Swagger for the service so you can get the correct endpoint, you need to come here. The one in the API, when you go click on this, this is the Swagger for the API test service to get to that API.
Okay.
Right. So and that's why, like, you come here. So that's you actually go through the test service. So that's how that works.
So either one of those should have worked.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And so and that's why. So when and
I turned on diagnostic logs and we didn't get anything. I mean, that was the easiest way I could figure.
Yeah. So let's see. Diagnostic log. February 6th is today, right? And so 1209, which is
right, because that's what you're testing now.
Right. Okay. So this is the API test. See that, right? 1217.
Right.
So, right. So why is it, what time is it? Why is it 12? The time, the clock is not
Is
correct.
it? Sure it is. Think about where it is. Oh, no, it's wrong. It's wrong by 2 hours because it's 11:50 here, so it's 10:50 there.
Right.
Yeah,
That is interesting.
yeah, the clock's
That
wrong.
is interesting. Let's see what
No,
12:10. Why is that? So let's see. 2/6. This is
yeah, that's GMT.
okay. So this is so somehow the system clock is not correct. The system offset to the GMT is not correct, I think. Right? In other words, it's using
Well,
GMT.
yeah, but if I do time, it says it's 10:49, so that's right there.
Yeah, the time is fine. Time is fine. It's the offset from GMT that's not right.
But then time wouldn't work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When you're
so it's
running
the
time from
offset to
tackle, it's
GMT
doing
that's
the
correct. The local time is
it's
correct. But time is always local time. Time is always local time,
yeah, but isn't it set by the GMT offset?
right? So, but it's the offset.